It's a bird. No. It's a plane. No. It's a podcast. That's right, guys. It's a podcast is officially coming back. However, we're changing up the format. The original format was It's a Podcast was me on a podcast talking about comic book news, games, everything together, just me, really sitting down. Either Mike was with me or Brant sometimes popped on It's a Podcast, and we literally just talked about everything nerd, geek related. Officially, as of now, It's a Podcast format is changing. It's a Podcast will be a random podcast. It will not be a weekly podcast. It won't be a monthly podcast. It won't be a every 6 month quarterly podcast. Every 6 month podcast or quarterly podcast. It will be a whenever I get a chance show where I will be bringing on a guest, whether it be a writer, an artist, a creator, whatever, friend, and we will talk about a specific topic or subject for a certain amount of time, and then if it's a writer, artist, or whatever, we'll talk about their work towards the end of the podcast. So, It's a Podcast is basically turning into a guest show where I'll have guests on It's a Podcast. We'll talk about a few things not related to what they're doing, maybe related a little bit to what they're doing, maybe something completely out there in space. I don't know, but it's going to be a random talk podcast with a guest, and obviously they'll be promoting stuff at the end of the show. I'm really excited for this new format because I always wanted to have a guest show, but I really didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know, I'm not very, I love doing interviews, but I didn't want to start an interview podcast, so I figured, I was talking with Brant, and Brant actually gave me the idea, and I really liked it, where have guests on and just talk about random subjects and then promote stuff at the end of the show. So that's what we're going to do with It's a Podcast. But now, where's all the stuff that I used to do on It's a Podcast going to go? I guess you guys are just going to have to wait and find out tomorrow, because we finished all the announcements for tonight or today. So stay tuned for more news tomorrow. There's a nice amount of announcements tomorrow as well, and I think some of you guys are going to like it. And things have to go somewhere, or maybe they don't. Maybe they just will float off into the unknown space. Like I said, you're just going to have to wait and find out. I'm very excited. I'm really happy with all these announcements. Day one has been a really great day for announcements, but we got lots more coming tomorrow, so stay tuned. I think there's going to be one announcement that I already recorded after this video, so stay tuned for that announcement, and then come back tomorrow and we're going to have more announcements for you guys tomorrow, hopefully a little bit more on time. Today's announcements fell a little bit later in the night. So thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for more really soon.